Hi everyone, so we are back. It's been a while. How long has it been? 5 weeks maybe. A little bit wider, not much wiser. Definitely a lot hairier. Yeah, I'm definitely a bit hairier. I do actually really need a haircut. So I'm not letting her do it. So we started in Saltaire. We're going to basically walk up Shipley Glen. We're going to go past up the Glenway. We're then going to go over Baildon Moor, back down the Glenway, the tramway, not the Glenway. Yeah, we're going to go up the Glenway, and then we're going to go on Baildon Moor. So we'll show you some pictures up there, up on the Shipley Glen. The tramway was built over 100 years ago, and basically it was kind of like, it's like a funicular, and the idea was to take people up to the fairground, and there was I think it was Spanish gardens or Japanese gardens. Japanese gardens at the top, so that used to take people up there, and it still exists today. Does a tramway when it's open, not open today, so we can't ride it. And it used to take you up to a fairground up at the top that was at the Glenway.
Tramway.
Why do I keep calling it the Glenway? So at the Glenway, Shipley Glen, and that was home to what some people think was the world's first suspended roller coaster. So we'll show you that, but it's just a load of houses now, so there's not really anything to see. So we'll show you a few views once we get up to Shipley Glen, and we'll see you in a bit. So on my left hand side, that's where the Shipley Glen Fairground used to be, and on my right hand side, that's where the Japanese gardens used to be. So in the early 20th century, this would have been, for people from Bradford and around the surrounding area, coming up to here on a weekend would have been as good as going to the coast. They had the Glen, the tramway, the Glenway, the Glenway. They had the fairground, Japanese gardens, some other attractions. They had a toboggan ride, and all sorts. During the Second World War, also Shipley Glen was used for a battery as well, which would protect the skies over Bradford because of all the mills that were kind of vital to the war effort at the time. So we're just going to carry on walking up here. We're going to go on to Shipley Glen, and then we're going to head on to the Baildon Moor. So we're just giving our sausage a little bit of a rest before we start going a bit further up. How are you doing? You alright? You doing alright, sausage? He gets a little bit tired these days. So one of the best things about coming on the Glen is all the rocks. So you can play on the rocks, you can sit on the rocks, you can maybe sometimes barbecue on the rocks.
No, you can't barbecue on the rocks.
Not at the moment.
Fire.
Yeah, you're not allowed to barbecue on the rocks at the moment or anymore. But you used to be able to barbecue on the rocks, so that was always quite a good thing. So we're currently in the middle of Shipley Glen at the moment, and there you'll see like a tree line. And if you head a bit further down there's actually a river, a stream, which is then a tributary into the River Aire. So you can actually do a walk. You can also do it, instead of doing what we're doing, we're going along Shipley Glen over to Baildon and then back round to Saltaire. You can actually do a circular walk. So if you go down, follow the stream, you can then go over to Eldwick and then kind of come back round. So that's an option as well. So yeah, it's looking reasonably sunny, but also potentially, I'm hoping it's not going to rain because I've not got a coat. So I guess we'll just see what happens. So, are you having a drink? Yeah, so we're just going to give Rufus a bit of a drink, and then we're going to start heading back uphill towards Baildon. I'll show you some of the views at the top of Baildon. Right, so we're about halfway to the top now. So just behind me, that's Shipley Glen there, and just behind me now, that's Dobridden or Crook Farm, and that's Baildon Moor. Well, we're on Baildon Moor now, pretty much. That's the top of Baildon Moor just behind me. So we're just going to head up to the top. So we're just heading down from the Baildon trig point now. It's about 600 foot, so not quite a mountain, but you know, still a reasonable climb. So we're just going to head back down now, all downhill through Baildon Village. I'll show you a little bit in Baildon Village. But apart from that, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again in the next video.